Have you thought about where you wanted to be in life and have no direction? Well, you are in the right place. You are tuned into another epic episode of Triana the Trillionaire Podcast with your spiritual health coach, Triana the Trillionaire. Become more aligned, enlightened, and abundant in all areas of your life. She got the hair care, she got the health, and she has the wealth topics for you.
Welcome back to the Triana the Trillionaire Podcast, and I'm your lovely host, Triana the Trillionaire, if you didn't know from the intro. So today we are going to be talking about identity shift. Identity shifts. And I know y'all might be saying, like, Triana, what's up with this identity shift? What are you even talking about? I don't even know what that means. I don't even understand that. Listen, I love to bring in, some people were asking me like, oh, is your podcast a Bible podcast? Is this a Bible study? But I love bringing historical information, things from the Bible into reality so you guys can see how this actually can be utilized in this time, this day, and this age right here, right now. God changed Saul into Paul. That's an identity shift. I literally was talking to someone about this yesterday. And I was like, Saul had to go into the witness protection program. He had to change his complete identity. Every single thing had to change. Saul, if you don't know the biblical standpoint, Saul was the killer of Christians. He did not like Christians. He didn't feel like they were preaching the correct thing. I believe he thought they were like antichrist or something like that. And God changed his name to Paul, the savior of Christians. He's writing to these churches. He's getting people involved. He's preaching and he's doing service for Christians. He's bringing people closer to God and awareness of God and who Jesus is and all this crazy stuff, right? After you just said, this right here was how you were operating. Right? And they always talk about me saying visualization, meditation, and things of that nature. But if you want to go and be something different and have something different, you literally have to change your perspective, switch your perspective. And I always talk about renewing your mind. What you once thought was okay, what you once thought was your belief system and your beliefs, it's okay to adopt new beliefs. When you are adopting these new beliefs, you start getting to know this person. You start to get to know these beliefs. You are intrigued more and more about, oh, this is what I want to do. You can persuade yourself. That's fine. Convince yourself. Look, today we got right into it. If y'all hear me taking a pause, I am drinking some of my mama matcha from the Lily Rose Beauty brand. So, I know that was a lot right there, y'all. That was a lot right there to absorb. And I just got straight into it because today is going to be filled with gems. I'm giving y'all an activity from now on. Like, I want y'all to leave here with something. I want y'all to leave here not just listening to the podcast, but utilizing applicable steps that y'all can really implement in your day-to-day life today. And y'all know I'll be listening to so many podcasts. I educate myself every single day. I water myself. I'm reading my Bible, reading my books, reading my self-help books. I'm writing my books. So I can give my heirs all of this information that I wish I had when I was 19, 18, 19, 20. Even though I'm like, 25. If I'm 5 steps ahead of you guys, why wouldn't I try to teach y'all? You better learn something, okay? It's okay to go out and do that and have fun and live your life. But if you're not doing it and operating how you want to operate for yourself, for your well-being, for your future self, for your future family, for your heirs, for your generational wealth, for your generational legacy, You have to start somewhere. And when I realized that beliefs were just thoughts that you just kept thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I could throw that belief away right now. Because why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And I start asking myself all of these questions like, why did I do that? Why did I try to operate like that? Because my mom told me, because my grandmother told me, because this person told me. And then I noticed a lot of beliefs were not my beliefs. So I said, it's okay for me to go back to the drawing board. I don't care if you developed a belief yesterday and now today you want to change it. Like, no, that's not really what I meant. How many times have y'all said something and someone misconstrued your words because their perception of what your words actually meant? And you're like, no, I didn't even mean it like that. It's okay. You go back to the drawing board. You write out everything that you want to become, how you want to become it, and list that out in details of actually what you actually mean. I don't care if you did that yesterday. Do it again today. Do it again today. So I have 4 steps to actually changing your identity, switching your identity, becoming a brand new person. I don't care if that's changing your phone number. You got a new phone, who this? New line, who this? You better pipe yourself up. You better know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, you can be the best version of yourself now, starting now. You better recognize, okay? My first step, and I'm going to keep saying this continually on my podcast. Visualization. Utilize your imagination. Visualization is probably going to be my best technique. I love using visualization because even when I was younger, I knew I was going to be somebody. I knew I was going to do something. I knew I was going to transform and change lives. I knew I had healing powers at the age of 7. I had a testimony at the age of 7. I came to Christ probably before I was even 7. Because I was always intrigued and knowing and like, oh, it was so God was just so mysterious to me. It wasn't a man that they painted on a picture. I was like, I already knew he was way bigger than that. It was way bigger than that. I didn't even want to call him. I want to say it. So my first, number 1, identity shift technique is visualization and imagination. You can use those interchangeably. If you don't feel like you have a vision for yourself, you can imagine one. Listen, close your eyes. Like I said on one of my last podcasts, I literally did this within 2 days. God is instant. God can change your life around like that. But you have to have the innate belief. That's the reason why you will practice every single day until you do believe it. And people are like, oh, I changed my life in a year. I changed my life 5 years ago. Because they had to utilize all those days to actually come into the belief of actually what they had. And it's okay sometimes that it'll take a long time because you don't want to be like, oh, I want an elephant in my room right now and snap your finger and there's an elephant in your room. Literally or figuratively speaking. But close your eyes. I used to lay back on my bed and I used to just look up. And I used to meditate that way when I was a little kid. I mean, this 4th Ave tree. This is baby tree right here. Tree baby. And it's crazy that I say that. These nicknames that people will give you or these nicknames that you adopt yourself. My first name was like Tree. And when I was a little kid, I was like, money doesn't go on. They used to always say, money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. And I'm looking like, my name is Tree. And something in my mind always shifted because my name was Tree. And I'm like, money don't grow on trees. Trees is green. They're made of the dirt. My skin is brown. It looks like the dirt. Like we both come from the earth. I just had all these little things. And this is like a little 5-year-old mind right here. Right. And I'm thinking of these things like money don't grow on trees. Well, money is made out of paper, and they make paper every day. I just remember thinking about that as a kid. They make paper every day. How does the money grow on trees? You can just print more paper. I was like, it's never going to run out. Trees are going to continue to be planted. That's why Psalms 1 is my favorite scripture. Psalms 1:3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of the water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. That is probably like my favorite chapter in the whole entire Bible. That's my favorite book of the Bible. That's like me just thinking that. So start off with this name Tree. Then it was like Tree Baby. And then I evolved into Triana the Coldest, because I was so good at sports, so good at basketball, whatever I feel like I could touch and put my hands on, I was like, I'm the coldest. And I adopted that from people saying these things around me. Me coming into awareness of who I really was, getting some umph about me, getting some swag, vibe, whatever y'all say, riz, all these all the new language, but it's really meaning the same thing. Getting confident about myself. Having high self-esteem. I never like walked around and was like I had low self-esteem. I just switched the whole identity. And then became it was Tree Baby. Oh, Triana 400. That was one for the track. Because I was going to state, y'all. I'm like, I'm going to run this 400. This is hilarious. I am going to run this 400. I am going to get a track scholarship. I am going to school. I don't know where I'm going. Somebody going to call me with a scholarship offer. I don't even have to apply to these schools. That's how confident I was in my innate abilities. I was like, I don't even know colleges to apply to. I didn't even have the awareness of what, UCLA, USF, I didn't even have the awareness. Texas A&M, I didn't have an awareness. We didn't have flags and colleges around my high school for you to look at those colors and be like, let me look up this name. I didn't see it if we did have it. I didn't click my mind to, we got a flag right there, or we got a college banner. Let me go type this name into the computer. I didn't grow up in an environment where it clicked in my mind like that. But what did click in my mind is me being about my business. Y'all say y'all standing on business. I'm being about my father's business here. I'm like, nah, they gonna call me. They gonna have more than enough money for me. And guess what happened? I had a girl from my track team. She came down. She said, I overheard a conversation. They got a lot of money for you. That's all that lady kept saying. I got a lot of money for her. And that's when I said I would never do anything for money again, because I went to that college and I dang near was depressed because they didn't appreciate how, man, I was so fast at that school. I just stopped running. I was like, man, I'm going to jog these. People will come in my ear. Don't run these that fast. Don't run these ones that fast. Save your energy. I'm looking like, save my energy. I am at track practice. I'm going 80% right now. Oh, yeah, but you in shape. They gave themselves excuses. I said I couldn't even be around that mindset. I had to transfer schools, y'all. If something's not working out for you, if you feel like I need to transfer states, I need to get out this state, I need to get out this mind frame to be able to get out this state, I need to get away from these people, I need to change my phone number. I changed my phone number. I changed my identity. I changed the way I dressed. I up-leveled how I felt about myself. When I went to the new school, I changed my phone number at the new school. I changed how I dressed. I changed the way I did my hair. I didn't wear my hair straight anymore. I allowed my hair to be natural and me wear my curly hair down in a ponytail and a puffball and slick back. Man, them people love me so much. They was like, my coach jumped for joy when she first saw me come to the track. When I had my first practice, she leaped in the air, literally hugging the other head coach, and was like, we got us a winner. We got us a winner. She's so good. Her technique is perfect. Oh my gosh, it's like she's been doing this her whole life. I was like, I have been doing this my whole life. I've been running track since 5th grade, 4th grade, something like that. She's like, she's so good at bounding. Her technique is perfect. Oh my gosh, we got us a winner. Oh, I was Triana 400 at the new school. Yeah, I was Triana the coldest coming out of high school. Or being in high school, I was Triana the coldest. Going to the new school, I was Triana 400. Because I was a 400 runner. And I only ran a 400 probably my last 2 years in high school. I don't even know if it was a full last 2 years of high school. But I found out that I knew how to run 400s, and I asked them to run 400 so I can get better at the 200. I said, I got a scholarship for the 400. When I switched to the new school, I switched my entire identity. I dang near wanted to switch my name. I wanted to go by Nicoye. I didn't want to go by Triana anymore. But it was Triana 400, so they didn't know nothing. I wanted to dye my hair blonde. But I was like, that is the evolution of yourself, though. The visualization. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to where I wanted to go to school at anyways. I'm going to go to Florida. I'm going to go to school in Florida. My family members can always take a vacation down there to see me if they wanted to. If you come to school to see me, it's not for no business it's not for a boring reason. You're going to Florida. We hitting the beaches. We're hitting the town. We are having an amazing time. We're going to the fanciest restaurants. We're going to the nicest restaurants. My graduation dinner, literally, people still talk about my graduation dinner to this day. This is the fanciest food I've ever had. They're throwing napkins and saying Opa and all this. They said this is the cleanest water that I've ever drinking in my life. And I was just like, wow, that is just, I allow people to get out their comfort zone to be able to go to this place, to expand their horizon, to expand who they are, to have those new experiences, to come see me and witness greatness for me graduating. The first school that I was at, the first college I was at, I know I'm getting off on a tangent, y'all, but listen, this story, it's just coming to me. And I was like, these are how I made my identity shifts over the year. And these are the identity shift techniques that I have been using literally my whole life. And I didn't even realize it, honestly, until I'm coming on this podcast. I was just going to share the techniques that I use right now so I can up level and show y'all how I became the trillionaire. But it's going way back. This is going way back. I'm actually enjoying this. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast and send it to three of y'all friends. I've been doing this my entire life and didn't even realize it. So at my first college, I went there on the basis that the lady gave me her word. She kept her word and she missed out on a funeral. And death is a very big thing for me. If y'all have heard any of my podcasts, when y'all do end up reading my book, Suffer in Silence, that is a very, very big thing for me. You are missing out on someone that you'll never see again, essentially. That's your last time actually witnessing their physical body. And yes, you mourn and you grieve over the physical body and things of that nature. I mean, we are human beings. We have feelings. We have emotions. And we are allowed to feel through those feelings and emotions. So her commitment that because I signed the weekend before school started. Something like that. Like a week before school started or something crazy. And this lady said, she's going to continue. She's going to keep the commitment because I was like, I'm not going to a school. I'm not moving to a whole nother state that I've never seen before. That makes no sense to me. I will not move to this state. Absolutely. I could absolutely hate it. Or I could be like, all these people in this state are ugly. They're ugly in their nature. They're mean. They're rude. They're just not my type of people. And I was just like, I wanted to go out of state. So I was going to the state over. Well, I went to Southeast Missouri State University as my first school, which is called SEMO, which Cedric the Entertainer actually graduated from this school as well. If y'all just giving y'all some perspective, it was in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, aka Misery. Misery loves company. I literally was counting down the days till I left that school because I didn't want to enter a transfer portal. It's not like it is now where you could just transfer or whatever. Within these last few years, they've changed a lot of rules, which are, I believe they're incredible for students. Not for you to just get out of that, because I feel like I did need to endure. And I was like, if I can endure this, I mean, the coach was so ugly to me. And people could see it like, man, she always needs somebody to pick on. And I'm like, dang, what is wrong with this coach? Like, I'm beating everybody. And she's like, Triana, that's BS. that's BS. Like, literally cursing at me. She's not saying BS. She's literally, that's bull-ish. You bull-jiving me. And I'm like, I beat everybody. What the heck? They didn't see me bend over not once. They didn't see me. They see me either my hands on my head. I'm standing up straight. I won't fold. Y'all ain't never going to see me sweat. That's how I was coming. I'm the coldest. What? I don't care who say they faster than who. I'm here now. I have arrived. I've always felt that stuff about myself. But I always felt that way about myself. And before I even got the scholarship, that's the lady on the phone that she was like, I got a lot of money. I was like, I will never do anything for the money again. I know y'all like, oh, but your name Trillionaire. Yeah, I listen to God. My God he got many mansions. So if he is allowing me to operate in the earthly realm, he wants me to have that too. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. It's really, my God doesn't operate in lack. It's not a universal lack. It's not a universal law. That's a sin. Having lack and living in poverty and impoverished is a sin. Yeah, there's some people that cannot help, quote unquote, their position. They live in different countries, foreign countries. That's why we come into place. That's why we up-level our money mindset so we can be able to help charities. We can be able to help those less fortunate. But I can't be poor myself and say I'm going to help them. They're going to look at me like, how you going to help me? I'm trying to help you. So I had to rise above the occasion, bring heaven down here on earth, and literally operate like I'm doing my Father's business. And he's going to grant all my wishes, all my heart's desires to me because my heart's desire aligns with his heart. The lady said, I got a lot of money for you. She kept word to her commitment. She missed the funeral. And that's the only reason why. If she wouldn't have told me that she missed that funeral, I would not have signed there. I would have went somewhere else. I promise you. I went to the school. It was cool at first. I was like, okay, boom. Yeah, I'm not even on the floor with the track athletes because I came so late to school. I literally signed like the week before school started. I got to really go back in my records. I really want to see. I didn't sign it at no school. I was like, yeah, that's for them. I'm going to sign. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm doing this for me. I don't have to have no parade and y'all ain't got to see me go away and all this and that. Listen, I'm going out of state. I'm not pressured to sign because nobody signed anywhere else. I am doing what I want to do for me. And we literally were 1 point away, 2 points away from literally winning the OVC conference the first time, the OVC championship, the first time I even came to that school. And guess what? They blame me. Well, Triana wasn't running her fastest. She literally she said, I mentally have to break Triana down to basically build her up. You didn't have to break me down because I was already standing strong. I was 10 toes down. What did you saying? To the point she kept saying I'm BSing. She will make me do 2 practices. So I'll run a 400 practice. She like, everybody go home. Triana, get back on the line. I'm looking like, what? She did this all the time. It's like really like a humiliation ritual that this lady was taking me through. And I'm like, what is wrong with this lady? They said she can't break you. She needs somebody to pick on. She needs somebody to... And I was like, you know what? I am looking for my exit plan. I am not about to be here and endure this. I really faced adversity firsthand. I was like, what is going on? To the point that when I went to my athletic advisor, she said, I don't know what you think you're doing with trying to be pre-med. She was like, you think you could be pre-med? I'm like, that's the only reason why I came to school, because y'all had a pre-med program. Y'all had a science program. She said, I mean, XYZ is doing it on the team, but you think you can operate at the level as her? I'm looking like I'm dusting this girl in the dirt. She's one of the ones telling me, don't run that fast. She's supposed to be the fastest white girl that came through and all this and that. I don't not care your color. I don't care. That don't matter to me. I am winning. I am running circles around y'all. I'm dancing around y'all. For you to whisper and tell me, don't run these as fast. I'm looking like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with your mental? That's how I was looking. So the athletic advisor was like, yeah, she doing it. I'm like, okay, if she's doing it, that means I can do it. She's on my same team. We have the same schedule. Oh, but she's she's years ahead of you. She's been doing this. It don't matter. I'm here now. Her husband loved me so much. I loved her husband's class, but she was my athletic advisor. So she was just like, no, we're changing your major. I was like, no, we're not changing my major. I'm doing pre-med. How you gonna tell me what I can and can't do? I'm standing on mine, y'all. Y'all hear me? Don't ever let nobody come in your mind and convince you can't do if it's in your mind, you can do it. I watched a video of a knee surgeon happening and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to school for that. Because I can see that I can do that. Because I'm visualizing myself actually having the scalpel, having all these tools, telling my nurses around me, hey, hand me this, hand me that. I see myself in this position. I'm not looking, when I'm looking at TV and watching movies and all this, if I feel like this person is embodying something that I would like to embody, or this person is whatever, I'm putting my face on that character. I am putting myself in that position and I'm looking at it as an bird's eye view of myself. So I see above and I see myself below, and I'm literally doing exactly what that person is doing. You have to open up your imagination and utilize your imagination. You have to visualize specific scenarios where you exhibit those desired qualities. You have to put yourself in that position. I don't care if it's Cinderella and you trying to find your gold slipper, you trying to find your Prince Charming, or whatever the case may be. You be Cinderella and you change your name to whatever, and he calling your name. Oh, come back. Y'all have to learn how to open up your mind and visualize. God said, come as a child. Children have great imaginations. They can turn you into a fairy real quick. My baby could turn me into an elephant. Now she riding on my back. Giddy up horsey. Now she trying to ride the horse. Like, come on, y'all. Affirmations. Everybody know about affirmations now. Create positive affirmations. Don't just say words. Actually look in the mirror and tell yourself, command your body to do this. I hear so many people, oh, I can't operate as my full function until I get my first cup of coffee. Well, that's you not commanding your body to do what you want it to do. I command my body, wake up now. Laziness, get up off me. Arise from the dead, and Christ will give you life. Wake up. You ain't gonna be lazy today. You about to get it today. Let's get it. Let's go. Sometimes you need to pep talk yourself. I don't know what it is for you. I've had that stage of that. Now I wake up and I'm full of life. I'm energized. I'm ready to go. I'm calmer. At first I had to give myself that pep talk. I'm like, hey, let's get it. Let's go. Now I'm like, I'm up. I command my body to go to sleep at night. Man, if you don't go to sleep, you got things to do tomorrow. Rest your mind, write it down, get it out your mind, and revisit it in the morning. That's how I talk to myself. When people do affirmations for a whole year long and they do these, they don't believe it. They have to keep saying it. They have to keep saying it every single day until they do believe it, until they do have the faith of a mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is, but it grows into the biggest tree? The mustard seed is probably the smallest seed in the world. When you're doing your affirmations, don't just be like, I will be rich one day. Throw that out the window. I am rich. I'm having a rich day. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am healed. Whatever it is that you want to say, I have a multi-million-dollar business. Speak in the present tense and be specific about the characteristics that you are affirming. Be specific. Be specific as possible. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Money loves to fill my hands and pockets. That is an affirmation. You can say I am the greatest that ever walked through this school, this college, this XYZ, whatever you want to say, whatever you believe. But you be as detailed and specific as possible, and you write it down until it makes sense to you, until you can remember it, until you can memorize it. And you look in the mirror and you look at your eyes. Don't just be doing your makeup and putting your lipstick on, your chapstick on, or whatever. Look at your actual eyes. And tell the inside of your body what you're doing. Don't wake up and be like, oh, I'm tired. You haven't even splashed no cold water on your face. You talk that you tired. Regulate your nervous system. Splash some cold water on your face. Put your hands underneath cold water, your fingertips, whatever. Take a hot shower, take a cold shower in the morning. I used to have to do this to regulate my nervous system, to wake me up, to get me out of rut. So my head was so on fire, burning. Y'all say y'all have migraines. No, my head felt like it was about to explode. My heart felt like it was about to explode. Your behavior and your role playing is going to be number 3. Act as if I'm already in Florida in my mind. And they got 24 hours, son. They got 365, son. Oh, I'm running faster because at this cold place, I got to walk up a hill, cardiac arrest hill every single morning to go to one of my classes. Annoying. I'm exercising going to the class. Oh, I'm already in Florida in my mind. Once I leave here, I'm already doing the applications. I'm already accepted to the school. You got to put the work behind. People just be acting like, oh, live in la la land, just meditate and it's going to come to you. Yes, you got to switch your perspective. Create an identity shift before you even have the identity shift. I'm in Florida. I'm sipping a pina colada, a virgin pina colada on the beach. That's how I'm coming in my visualization. But I started putting action behind it. I got so fed up of where I was at that point in time, and I'm literally crossing out days, crossing out X, a big red X, a big red marker. I won't be here next year. I won't be here. And something almost convinced me to actually stay at the school, do another year there, do 2 years here, and then get your associate's degree. By the time you leave, you already have an associate's degree. Then you could go. I'm gone. I'm leaving. I am not staying. No. Don't let nobody convince you to stay small. Stay in a little town. Stay in this. It wasn't big enough for me. I didn't feel like the people were pretty enough. I felt like their insides were ugly. I felt like I did not belong there. I did not feel like at home. I wanted to be away from home. I was fighting to get back to my hometown, somewhere I said I will not be here anymore. I will not grow up I will not leave my hometown to another college and just come back. I was more safe being at home. That's how terrible it was. Any weekend that I can get and I can go home. I took a 14-hour Greyhound bus one time. That's how irritated I was at the school. I said, oh, I will not do this again. I got $100 ticket or something like that to the Greyhound bus. It took me 14 hours to get home. I don't even know how I got back to the school. A red X every single day. I had 100 X's on my big calendar. I said, absolutely not. I will not be here anymore. I felt myself like, no, I will not be here. They try to get me to go to parties. Man, I'm not trying to club with y'all. I'm not trying to go out with y'all. I'm trying to get up out of here. Like the movie Get Out. I'm trying to get out. I don't want to do no classwork. I want to get out of here. So when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, people complain to me all the time. I'm like, when you're sick and tired, when you're done with that situation, you're going to make a change. Guess what I was doing? I'm on the phone with the school. I wasn't even going to go back to the school the second semester. I was so fed up. This was even before we start running track for real. This was before we even start actually having... We had some meets, like indoor meets, but we didn't have outdoor meets yet. I am done. I'm on the phone with USF. Man, y'all see my application come through. Y'all accepted me yet? Y'all this and that. And I've had options there too. I had a track scholarship and I had a basketball scholarship in Florida waiting on me. When I said I left the school, I said I'm not even going for no track scholarship. I'm going to go to the school that don't give me a track scholarship. That's how I was coming. I'm a walk on. I know y'all probably like, what? Triana, you walked on? After you had a scholarship, you left your scholarship? After this lady said she got all the money? I was weighing my options. I said my mom won't ever have to pay for a student loan for me. I can just stick it out for these 4 years. I will at least be a doctor in physical therapy with this program. So I will be a doctor. I'll be able to change my name to Dr. Roberts. That's all I really wanted anyways. So you got to think about, why are you doing things? I weighed my options in Florida. Should I go to this school? Should I go to that school? Should I accept the scholarship? I said, man, I'm going somewhere I don't even have to accept the scholarship. I was a normal student for the first semester of me going to the University of South Florida. I was a regular student. I said, I cannot do this. I have to be an athlete, though. I got to be an athlete. I couldn't do it. But it made me realize I'm not going to do anything for the money. And it's crazy because that same lady had emailed me and I never even seen the email about the scholarship. About her accepting me to the college and all this and that. I didn't even see her email. I look back years later, well, like 2 years later or whatever, when I'm actually on the team and all this, and I was looking through my emails of what my coach sent me. You know, she'll send us email, and I seen the email that I never opened up that she sent me, and it was from a year before I even came to the school. And she was saying how she wanted to accept me to the school and whatever. And I was like, what? Same email, same name, same coach. And I was like, wow. But my awareness wasn't even open. I wasn't in alignment with me even receiving the email. That's what I tell y'all all the time. I got to check in the mail. I just got to check the mail. You're not going to your bank account. You're not going to your mailbox to get the money out. You got to meet up with these things you say you want. You got to actually believe them. You got to be in alignment with these things. I wasn't even in awareness or alignment. That's why when they say, oh, the first step of coming into blah, blah, blah is first awareness. Yes, you do. You have to be aware of these things. I wasn't even aware. You got to get on that path. You ask God to order your footsteps, but you ain't even stepping on the path. You got to get on the path. Right? I said I didn't want to be at this school anymore. It was an email in my inbox. But I wasn't even at the level of awareness because I was going through some type of depression being at that school. I was isolating myself. I was not trying to be in front of these folks. I was irritated. I'll say visualization and imagination. I'll say affirmations, and I'll say acting. Oh, acting as if. People say acting as if all the time. But it's behavior role playing. I am going to dress how I feel my higher self dress. I am going to start being that person. I am going to start I'm going to start doing my hair a little different. I'm going to start laying my baby edges down, and I probably just walked out the house. I'm going to start putting some better workout clothes on and not mismatching. I'm going to put the correct socks on and not just mismatch my socks and not care about how I'm going out the door. I'm going to care about my presentation, even though I'm depressed and going through this and that. I'm going to mimic the behaviors and gestures and communication styles that are associated with my identity and my identity shift. So when I do go to this new place, I'm accepted. They welcome me with open arms. They was glad my coach said, we got a winner. We got somebody that's going to be on our team that's going to win. We're going to break records this year. That's how my coach was coming at me. And I was like, I went through such hard workouts at the first school that these workouts were so easy to me. They were fun to me. Even though I still had anxiety about going to a 400 practice, I was always like, I can die. Mimic those behaviors that you start walking upright. I come in the door, they like, oh man, she confident. Her shoulders back, her head up. I'm standing tall. Start walking like that. Start talking like that. Start doing your hair a certain way that you want to feel like, oh, you the it girl. Act as if you already possess whatever you want to possess. Act like you already possess that identity that you would like to shift into. And then these natural behaviors, these behaviors will they'll gradually become more natural for you. They will be literally integrated into your actual personality to the point where you're not acting anymore. This is you. This is who you came to be. This is your personality. This is who you are. That first school at SEMO, I literally didn't even talk. I did not speak. I was literally on mute half the time. My coach was like, why aren't you going over there? Because they talking about sex and porn. That's not what I'm on. I'm not on that. The first time I actually even saw what porn was at that school. I am not on that. I'm not opening myself up to demons and all that, witchcraft, and that's what y'all be saying. Oh, no, that's witchcraft. I don't care. I'm not watching porn. Y'all can do it if y'all feel like that's in alignment with y'all and y'all don't feel like y'all opening yourself up to another portal. But I feel like every time you do something like that, you feel negative about yourself afterwards. And you should never open up a portal where you feel bad and guilty afterwards, after you play with yourself, after you jack off, after you, whatever the case may be. But I was like, y'all all girls in a in a hotel room. They're like, Triana, come to our room. They called my room. I was like, Triana, come to my room. Come to our room. We got snacks. Y'all, a full team of girls, y'all in here watching porn together. That don't add up to me. I like men. It doesn't add up to me. I'm not about to sit here and watch porn with y'all and y'all laughing and giggling. That's just so immature. I just felt like it was so immature. I felt like it was so not in alignment with who I was called to be. I was just like, are you kidding me? Y'all called me in the room for this? So I looked at it. I understood what porn was. I never seen the back end of the porn sites or whatever, just because I feel like what's done in dark is going to come to light. I'm not going to be caught in getting caught. Like, I don't want to be caught in the act of doing something I don't have no business doing. Like stealing from the store. For instance, y'all probably like, oh, that's too much for me. I got my kid in the car. Stealing from the store. I can say I have never stole from the store. I am never going to steal from the store or from people, because me being caught doing that, I have too much pride within myself. I feel so good about myself that I won't do that, because I feel like that's going to be done to me. Even that it's not going to be done to me. Me being taken to jail because I was shoplifting, that's so embarrassing to me. So I'm not going to do it. What's done in the dark is going to come to light. All right? So even opening yourself to that type of portal, that could put you in a whole different, how can I say it? You look at that stuff and you look at those women that are hurt, that are abused, that are taken advantage of, even underage women that might be on the site and stuff like that. And you're witnessing that, you're promoting that, they're promoting it because they're telling me to come and do it. They're telling me to come and look at it. Some people, they say, oh, I like it. I want, this is what I do to feed my family. Or, those women are enjoying it. Are they really enjoying it? Or are they doing it because they have a poverty contract signed against their life? Y'all like, what, Triana? Yes. If you feel like you have to do something because you need money, that's you being and living in a poverty mindset. Like I just told y'all, I wasn't even going to go to the next school, so my mama wouldn't have to pay any student loans, or I wouldn't have to pay any student loans back. That's me living in a poverty mind state. If I wouldn't have never went to this school, I would not be trillionaire Triana right now, because I wouldn't have made that first initial identity shift. Yes, I would have probably been Dr. Roberts, 9 to 5, creating my own practice. I still would have had ambition. Yeah, people are, oh, you're a doctor. I'm so much more now by not even allowing myself to be in a poverty mind state for me to stay at that school and stay at that level, to the point I grew into a whole different being. I can go back and I can visualize exactly where I would have been at if I would have stayed and didn't say yes to myself. To the point, one of my teammates came to me and she said, man, I would be surprised if Triana stayed at this school another year. And I was going to stay. I was really thinking about staying. But every time I went and I thought about staying, something in my being was like, nah, that ain't right. My internal GPS system was like, rerouting. That's annoying when you keep hearing that lady say rerouting when you know you missed your turn. You're like, man, shut up. I know I missed my turn. I'm about to turn around. Are you going to make the U-turn for your life to become better? Are you going to make the U-turn for your life to become better? Are you going to get better back on a path of least resistance? Are you going to get back on the path? I was resistant at that place. I was mind boggled. When I got to the new school, my skin became clearer. My hair became longer. My hair was probably the longest it's ever been. My natural hair was just banging and booping. I'm the edge god. I'm the queen of edges. My baby hair swimming on water. They didn't know what I was. They didn't know what my ethnicity was. I was like, I'm black like everybody else here. They like, no, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Cuban, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Italian, I'm Nicaraguan, I'm Colombian. It was like, what are you? I was like, I'm black. 100% real. That identity shift, I could have been whatever. They asking me what I am. What's your ethnicity? I could have tell them anything. I could have left the whole lifestyle behind me. But, I never forgot where I came from either. I actually love where I came from. I love Rock Island. Rocktown made me who I am. Made me see who I didn't want to be, too. Some of y'all need to catch them gems right there. We going to Miami every other weekend. I'm at the beach. My mom called me. It's snowing up here. I was like, dang, how's snowing up there when I'm at the beach right now? Oh, you just want to rub it in. I said, come down here and visit me. You got a free place to live. You got a free place to stay. You got, you on vacation when you come see me. That's how I wanted to be designed anyways. We went to the beaches. We enjoyed ourselves, enjoyed our life. Not saying it was easy when I got there, like everything was cupcakes and rainbows. I still had to do the work. But I wasn't in no depressive state. I opened up my mouth gate, my throat chakra, as y'all like to say. I was able to talk and communicate. I felt like I was at home. I felt like, okay, I belong here. Okay, these people they not ugly people. All these people, everybody happy here. Right? I was like, I met some of the most amazing people that I will never forget. People that I still talk to this day. Just because I actually made the shift. I would have not even met the people that I was supposed to meet if I didn't go to the school. And I looked at their roster too. I looked at all the... I was like, I'm going somewhere where they got fine athletes that I'm going to be, like I did my research. I was like, no, I'm not going to be in the same position. These people ugly inside and out. They're not beautiful inside and out. I was just like, I am done. I was like, I'm gone. I made the shift. And then I had to sit in my mindfulness and I had to self-reflect. I'm observing my thoughts. I'm observing my emotions. I'm observing my behaviors without any judgment. With a clean and clear slate from old and new. I was reflecting on my current identity, and I had to reflect on the identity and aspects that I wanted to change about myself. I would call my mom and tell her, man, these people ugly. She said, don't say that. You could say they're not very attractive, but I'm like, they inside's ugly. They are mean. These mean people. They wasn't being mean to me, but I felt the energetics. I felt the vibration. It was so low vibration there. I'm not trying to fit in. I'm going to say I didn't fit in, and I'm not trying to fit in with y'all. That's not how I'm coming. That's not who I believe in. Y'all say y'all believe in God and y'all want to do this and that, but y'all not acting like y'all believe in God. God is not exuded through you. I cannot see the light. I can't see no light shining through you. Your Godhead is not on. I don't aspire to be you and be around you. There was probably one girl there and I was like, I don't feel like she belonged here either. And she was like a pole vaulter. I was just like, this is not for me. Maybe it was a stage and a stepping stone for me. They was like, the grass ain't greener on the other side. I said, it's going to be green where I water it at. And that's where I'm going. And guess what? The grass was so green. I ain't never seen the greenest grass that I ever seen did grow green. I seen the greenest grass that I ever did see. Yes, I did. The grass is not greener on the other side. Okay, well, you stay on that side of your fence and you water your garden. I'm going to come over here and water my garden. And we're going to see how green it is. And I'm not going to go and show you how green my garden is. Because I'm going to be making green angels in the grass. How about that? So don't listen to nobody. Somebody really said that to me. The grass ain't greener on the other side. The grass ain't greener on the other side. Somebody really said that to me. I'm looking like, man, we gonna see. Cause really, when they said that, I was just like, dang, maybe I'll go here and not like it here either. Dang. Scope the scenery out before you go. I went that summer. I did not spend the summer in my hometown. I spent the summer in Florida. The school that I wanted to go to and stuff like that. And I started to visualize that I already got accepted to the school. During the summertime, I remember before I even went to Florida, I remember I was at the pool. I was at Megan Wilson's house. I have a scholarship with Megan Wilson. It's Megan Peterson now. She's married. We have the Heart of a Rock scholarship. I was in her grandmother's backyard at the pool. She invited a few people over. And I remember myself sitting there meditating. I'm by the pool. Her grandmother bringing us drinks and snacks. And I'm like, man, I am positioning myself and I'm taking this whole scenery and I'm putting it in the state of Florida where I'm at. And we're just poolside. We're at the pool. We're at the community pool. Or we're at my apartment complex pool. It got a slide. Her grandma's backyard is nice with that pool. And it has a slide, the sun's shining bright. We are enjoying ourselves. I'm around people that love me. I love them. I took that whole scenery and I kept seeing USF because at that time, I didn't know which actual Florida school I wanted to actually commit to. So I kept seeing, I saw USF and I was like, okay. After I left from Megan's grandmother's house, I went to my mother's salon. And I was sitting out the salon and I was just like, man, I wasn't necessarily getting frustrated, but I was like, man, I want my answers. I need my answers. And I was like, the next thing I see, I'm going to have an answer. I saw a semi truck and it had USF on the side of it. And it was their logo. It was big. It was undeniable. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. I'm going to USF. I'm committing to USF. When I went home, I had an acceptance letter from USF. I went down to Florida, try to get all my stuff in affair and in order so I can be an in-state resident. So I start living with one of my mom's best friends, actually a doctor, just get all my affairs in order. Had the time of our lives. I was like, this is, I feel like home here. I feel like I can vibe. I feel like I can vibe. I can be myself. I don't have to just be in my room in isolation because people are watching porn in the other room and I don't want to be around them. I don't want to talk about what they want to talk about. She's getting me a Yorkie. She's getting me, oh, you should walk around with your little Yorkie in your purse. And I'm like, okay. She get me, we looking for me a puppy. She said, you can have this car. She a doctor now. She like, I can't let y'all leave with being broke. Here, get some money. Identity shift, y'all. Set intentions to shift towards the desired identity. Monitor your progress. Note, put a stick in it. Put a stake in it. I noted when I was at Megan's house and I was around pool, I was around water, I was around a beach-like environment that I wanted to transfer into. I sat there while everybody was laughing, jumping in the pool and all that. I took time out and I sat there for 5 minutes and started meditating. Matter of fact, now that I really think about it and take myself back to that point in time, I actually got a call from USF while I was out there. Now we're here. Life after college. I went through an identity crisis, y'all. Because I was like, now what am I going to do? What am I going to be? Who am I? I am not a college student anymore. I'm not a broke college student. Now we shift to today, the trillionaire. How I even shifted to that identity, that reality. I literally had all these names for these different stages of my life. And it's ever evolving. It's the evolution of the Triana, baby tree. I do have another name in mind, but we're going to let that identity come to me or exude through me before I start saying it and spraying it. Let's just review. These are my 4 top identity shifting techniques that you can implement today. Number 1, visualization and imagination. Close your eyes and imagine vividly the person that you want to become, the traits that you want to embody. Physically visualize specific scenarios that exhibit your desired qualities. Engage in your senses. I always tell y'all how I smell my scenery. I smell, I feel, I see, I taste, I touch. I'm actually there. I'm doing all of these things. I'm going to restaurants. I'm going to beaches. I'm doing this with my mind. I'm sitting on the beach. I'm meditating. I'm right then. And I know without a shadow of doubt that I will experience that scenery in my mind. I don't care if it's me feeding a giraffe in the middle of a jungle. I am going to meet that reality because I believe that I'm actually there. Your mind is a powerful thing. I literally told y'all I did this within 2 days with me going to Costa Rica. I visualized it. I saw myself there. I literally booked the ticket that night, putting the action behind it, and I was there within 2 days. Affirmations that you actually believe. Don't just say stuff and just be like, oh, I can't wait till I become blase blase. No, I am. I am. Yeah, I guess you can say, I can't wait till I become this and that, but you're pulling yourself further and further away from it. So you say that 10 times and then say, I am this and that. I am insert whatever. Repeat them regularly in front of the mirror in the morning and at night. In the mirror, look at your eyes. Don't just say it and look at something else around the mirror. Look at your eyes. Use present tense. Be the character that you're speaking to in that mirror. You're just act like you're speaking to your desired reality, your desired identity. And you're telling yourself, this is what you are. You that right now. I want to meet you. Pull me up out of this place. Whatever you got to say to convince yourself that you believe in the affirmations that you're speaking and you're not just saying any affirmations. Number 3, acting as if. Behavior role playing. Act like you're already the boss that you say you want to be. When you say you want to be that, you gotta mimic those behaviors. You gotta wear the suits. You gotta wear the nice heels. You gotta go ahead and wake up a little bit earlier and do your makeup. Practice now. Practice doing your makeup right now. It can be ugly. It's going to be ugly the first few times, whatever you put on. You say you want to be a fashion designer. It might not look the best, but when you continue to practice, you're going to get better and better and better and better and better and better and better every single day. Every single day is your time to practice who you actually want to become, what you're actually embodying. Stop being in your same mind state. Stop being in your same town. Stop sitting in your house all day. Get out. Go out. Do whatever you say you wanted to do. You're not going to meet the people that you say you want to do by hiding your best talents, your best abilities, your best gifts. Bring those gifts out. I don't care if it's you driving down there and you stopping after work to wherever. You can bump into your knight in shining armor. You can bump into somebody that give you your next big deal. You can bump. One day I bumped into the CEO of Nike. I don't even know where I was at. He gave me his card. And I did not utilize the network because I was so scared. I'm like, oh, this is the CEO of Nike. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got his card. He touched the same card. I'm human just like him. He's working just like me. He obviously saw something in me to where he gave me his card. I've never even told anybody this. I still probably got that card to this day and probably can hit this man up. You're not believing and integrating that person, that actual identity into yourself that you say you want to be. That's because you lack belief. Oh, ye of little faith. You lack the actual belief that you say you want. You said you wanted this. I didn't tell you what you want, what just came into your mind when I've been talking about this. I never said any. I'm just throwing out random examples. But there's something that pops in your head and you know exactly what that is. It pops in your mind and you can't shake it. You go to sleep tonight, you can't shake it. You like, man, I want to do this. Man, I want to be that. Man, if I could just do this. I got to get myself together. Gradually, when you continue to do this every single day, you're going to be able to put it on easy. You're going to go in the closet and be like, boop, boop, boop. Makeup, boop, boop. You're going to do a 10-minute, 15-minute beat, 20-minute beat on your face. Boop, 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 boop. You're going to make sure you do your skincare at night, in the morning, whatever. You're doing your hair in these certain styles. You're taking care of your hair. You're nourishing your body. You're feeding your body well. You're not rushing while you're eating. You're being able to sit down because you got up a little bit earlier. You're able to sit down and make sure you digest your food. I can help you lose weight without even working you out by your mind, by regulating your nervous system. So you're not anxious when you eat and your food won't digest a certain type of way. Number 4, mindfulness and reflection, self-reflection. Meditate. Practice your mindfulness. Practice observing your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors without any judgment. Everybody else judging you anyways. You don't need to judge you. That's when they say, when people say, judge and ye be not judged, or whatever. When the Bible says that. Stop having judgment on yourself, because that leads other people to really have judgment on you. You're accepting what they say. That's why you care about what they say. That's why it's affecting you and offending you. Set intentions to shift towards your desired identity and monitor yourself. Write it down. Write it out. Don't just do it one day and get excited that one day. Do 1% better every single day. 1% better every single day. So we got our four identity shift techniques from Trillionaire Triana, and you're going to start practicing these things today. You're going to start visualizing. You're going to start imagining. You're going to start creating your positive affirmations that you actually believe in. You're going to affirm these affirmations. You're going to act as if. You're going to go through your role playing. In your mind, in person, preferably in person. Your visualization is supposed to be stuck in your mind. Your role playing is actually doing it and then reflecting on it. Monitor yourself without any judgment. I remember this couple. This woman told me she did role playing with her husband. I was like, what type of stuff is this? She's telling me this in church. I'm looking like, why do people come to me and just tell me anything? I mean, it's not like I got nobody to tell, but now I do, because I have a platform and I got a podcast, so I can share this with my people. However, she just came to me. She was like, yes, I put a new wig on, and we discussed where we're going to meet at. So she said, yes, I will go to the mall, and I got a wig on, and I dress up, and I got heels on, and my husband comes, and he has a different smelling cologne on. He's smelling good. He's looking good. He probably would have got a haircut before, and he met me at the mall, and he ran into me like he's never met me before, and he's just talking to me, and I'm asking him, you don't have a wife? I can't be your girlfriend, and this and that. And she said it excites them. It excites their relationship. Do that with yourself. Excite yourself. Romanticize your own life. I'm telling y'all, without a shadow of a doubt, I've done this multiple times. As y'all can hear my story going from college to college, age to age. I've shifted my identity multiple times throughout my life. And I know you have too, because this is the thing. You feel like you're supposed to continue to stay in that same mind frame that somebody told you that you wasn't going to be nothing when you were 8 years old. But you shed it from that 8-year-old body. You're literally not even that small anymore. So your mind is not that small anymore. Yeah, you allow these things to get in and to harm you and affect you, but you keep carrying something from the last generation. You're like, oh, I got worries. Let me put that in a bag and put it on my back. Oh, this person told me I'm not going to be anything. Let me carry it. And you literally ran away from home with this little bag of sack on your back, and it's literally weighing you down. Let go of all expectations that people wanted you to be, and you get the expectations of yourself of who you want to be. It doesn't matter what anybody says. They have that life, and they signed a contract coming here, and they told God they're going to do this, this, and that, and they forgot what they told God they was going to do when they came here. And so have you, because you've allowed them to get into your mind and mess with your mind and toggle a little button in your mind. Now you toggle a little button and you switch your identity. Change your number physically if you have to. Change your access. accessibility that people need to feel like they can call you and weigh you down and steal your energy, steal your spirit, steal your joy. That's what the devil comes to do. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So come on, switch that identity, switch that toggle on in your mind. Turn those voices off in your mind that tell you can't be nothing, you can't do nothing, you won't be able to do this. Somebody told me they don't even think I graduated. I was like, what? Okay, so I just been in Florida this whole time at the beach, not doing nothing. I didn't get my degree. You probably didn't even graduate. I'm just like, okay. I'm not doing anything else for you. I'm not being the person that you want me to be anymore. I'm not living for you. You came into this life to live for you, for yourself. I came into this life to live for myself. Yes, we can love our family members, we can love our friends, we can love our fans, we can love these people that are around us. But they don't have that same life as you. They came here to live their life. You came here to live your life. Stop allowing somebody that's not in your body, that's not in your mind, to control the way you live. I don't care how old you are. My daughter, she's a leader already in her baby body, her 8-year-old body. She's already a leader. If I would continue to listen to the words that people have said to me over the years, people have said some pretty cruel things to me. We don't need your 11-year-old advice. One of my teachers told me that. So if I listen to my teacher telling me, and I was like 12 at the time. So I was like, and I'm 12. I'm not even 11. I'm saying that in my head to myself. I'm 13. I'm not even 11. She was like, we don't need your 11-year-old advice. If I would have listened to that lady when she said that, I would not be on this podcast right now giving y'all advice. Showing y'all how I got through it. How I made it through. How I changed my identity multiple times. I would still be over there not talking, in my little bubble, in my world, allowing that to be put on replay. Leave that, get that, that's not even your mindset. Those are not even your thoughts. So don't adopt them as your own thoughts. Start today with your visualization practice, your affirmations that you actually believe, your role-playing abilities, and your mindfulness. Leave the words of the world behind. Leave them exactly where you found them at. That happened in 5th grade. If I would have been thinking about something that happened in 5th grade or what somebody said to me in 5th grade and I'm still carrying it on to my new life right now, I will not be the person that you are seeing right now, seeing today. If I did not decide to get on here and start podcasting for my very first podcast because I was weighed down what people were going to think my voice sounded like, or I wasn't really ready to podcast. No, I wasn't ready, but I put myself in there. Yesterday, somebody called me. This is your best podcast yet. This is, oh my gosh, I love this podcast. Oh, I love this podcast. 30 podcasts later, 100 podcasts later. Because there's at least 50 or 60 that I just deleted and not posted or whatever. The 20, 30 podcasts later of actually me podcasting and getting on here and telling myself, no, you can just go ahead and do it. It doesn't matter if you're ready. It doesn't matter whatever. It doesn't matter if you sound the best. It doesn't matter. You tweak your whatever. Start practicing. Start doing it now. Start doing it now. Start doing it now. You're going to get better and better and better and better. And you're going to help somebody's life out. Somebody is going to take a massive change, a massive identity shift. They're going to upgrade massively. Because you decided to do what you decided to do. You decided to just go ahead and do it. Leave the words of the world behind. Those are not your ideas. That's not your self-concept. That's not your mind frame. And go in here and make some magic happen. Visualize. Utilize your imagination. Affirm. Role play. And develop some magical mindfulness practices. Listen, if you are listening to this podcast, know that you're blessed and continue to be a blessing to others. I love you all. Mwah! If this episode has helped you, especially today, please go down and rate the podcast. That will mean so much to me and the other listeners here.